Okay guys, so in today's video, we're going to explain how exactly KID BUU's mix-ups work, at what point in the screen, and what mix-ups you should go for depending on where you are on the screen, and your assists too. So the easiest way to explain KID BUU's mix-ups is like, he has built-in mix-ups with his strings already. Because of the nerfs to 2S, it's really a buff to his mix-up game, and 5S as well. So remember those tools. So in order to start the string, you really can start with whatever. It doesn't matter if you start with, you know, a jab. Jab will be your best starter because you have so many different mix-ups off of just jab. But you can, you can start with 2M, 5M, 5S, and there you already set up a mix-up. Because they either have to respect it, because if they're mashing Super Dash or Reflect, you can just 5H them, right? And if they reflect your 5H, you're fine, you're safe. And if they like 5H hit a button, you can just whiff punish them with 2S, or with special move, you can just do like 5H, see something, EX ball, right? If you get reflected. Or you can frame trap. 5H wait, catch them jumping or hitting a button, or 5S and then 5H. Or you can do the same thing with 2S as well. It's a little harder mid-screen. That's why you don't really use 2S too much mid-screen. But getting into the mix-ups. So a lot of people, when I see people play KID BUU, they do something like this. They'll always go into string 2S and do that. That's not a block string. If the opponent's stand blocking, it's not a block string. Most of the time they're crouching, so it'll become a block string, right? And they'll do something like, I don't know, like with the beam. Right? And then do like a mix-up like that. Right? That is a pretty good mix-up because it allows you to establish that you're willing to do that. That's the thing about KID BUU, is you have to show what options you're willing to go for to your opponent so they have more things to think about. But honestly, KID BUU's best mix-up, his best mix-up that he has available to him, he needs assists, is this super jump IID. You can't 2H it. If done correctly, they'll get counter hit. And you can cross up or go same side high, or cross up low, same side low as well. So I can show you examples of those. Right, that's same side high. Same side low. And that's cross up low. Very hard to block mix-up. The downsides of this the two mix-ups I just showed you. So with this, it's only really a block string off of 1M, but it's good though because if you're playing against someone that likes to reflect, this is a good bait. Anytime you hit S is a good reflect bait. You just have to react to if they're gonna hit Super Dash. If they hit Super Dash, you can just Ki Blast. You can react off that. You just have to be very aware. If they're not reacting, you know, if they're just mashing Reflect, then like a string like this will blow them up, or a string like you have two really easy points to bait your opponent, right? Like that's a frame trap if you delay it. If they didn't reflect, EX ball. That's not a string, but even if they reflect there, you're still safe because you'll recover by the time they recover from reflecting. So the idea is KID BUU's a lot of frame trapping until you get the assists involved. And even if they guard, because this mix-up can be guard cancelled, like right here, but that's where the idea of staggering your strings and stuff like that comes in. And the timing to get, you know, and you don't always have to do it off 5H. I just do it off 5H because it's a beam assist, so this is a very standard example of showing that you can set this up and make a very easy 4-way mix-up off of, you know, very standard assists that, you know, a lot of people use. In the corner, it's more or less the same thing mid-screen. The idea with the approach in the corner is pretty much the same thing. You just frame trap. It's a lot of frame trap, and it's a lot of using your S moves. you have to. That's why I said keep like remember your S moves. Like I said at the beginning, your S moves are so stronger. They're so strong than you know you may understand them to be. They're super strong. So you gotta realize S into 5H is one of the best strings in the game. It catches people mashing. It catches people fuzzy jumping. If they reflect, you just catch them. You know, reflect, they'll whiff, and you 5H start. Or you can react. But KID BUU becomes better the more reactive you are on your offense. Don't become too robotic. It's really easy to just do to just run up, do a string, 5H, call assist, do mix up, right? It's really easy to do that. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. But when you become very reactive on your offense, like, oh, okay, I 5H, she didn't do anything, so I get another mix up. You know? Oh, another thing I forgot to explain. In the corner, it's actually better to do EX ball off of 2S. Not only does it have a bit more startup, or a bit less startup, it's faster, but... Or they're the same startup, but this one jails, is the difference. This one jails into assists more. So like you saw how I couldn't go low as fast as I could off of EX. This is a bit awkward. I'm still getting used to him. But yeah, you go high. You can't really see what's happening. Same thing with Beam. Beam, obviously, I'm more plus, so I have more hit stun. Or more block stun, excuse me. Right, and you just go high. Right, beams are the best with KID BUU for mix-ups. Super strong because you're super plus. You're super plus, especially in the corner. So that's where you have to really pay attention to your opponent's habits, and that's where KID BUU shines, is baiting your opponent's habits. So just keep in mind, he's a really good character to bait reflect with. You know, he has 2 S points, one of the only characters in the game that can do this. Yeah, one of the only ones. And you gotta remember, when your turn is over, like if you don't have an assist, right? Like if I were to just like dang, he blocked my assist. That's a pretty safe point. You're only -3, so you can backdash. If they hit a jab, you whiff punish. A lot of KID BUU's offense is making people do things you want to do, or put people in positions where you can easily whiff punish them with, you know, whether it be 2M or 1M, excuse me, 1M, 5S, 2S, or even like Super Dash is really good with KID BUU, right? Because you get really good combos off Super Dash with KID BUU. So, yeah, I mean, that's more or less how you set up the mix-up. So when you put it all together, right, your go-tos, mid-screen, Super Jump Float, Super Jump Float mix-up, let me just not mess it up. Super Jump Float mix-up, right, cross-up, same side, whichever one you prefer. You can always set this up, even though it's not a string. It seems weird to do it, but a lot of strong like KID BUU players, even though it's not a string, most people don't react to certain. It's really, I don't want to say it's impossible to react, but it's really not like consistent for people to react to everything KID BUU can do because of all the stagger points you have, right? So I mean, I've seen like people like other pro players like Bombabon. He'll do like jab, boom, call assist, right? Like he'll just do mix-ups like that mid-screen, just because he knows like, oh, you know, like people aren't going to react to that, or if they haven't shown me they can react to it, then why should I? And the other important thing about KID BUU, like I said, his jab, with the addition of jab Dragon Rush, it opens a lot of new mix-ups, or it makes mix-ups a lot easier, because now the jab stagger strings are even better. The jab only -3, so that's pretty good. So off jab you can jab Super Dash. If you're not comfortable doing ball, a bit more riskier option is jab Super Dash, right? Jab Super Dash assist, or like, you know, something like that, and you get like a high-low, right? That's also really hard to react to if your opponent isn't looking for Super Dash. So it's a very good mix-up at all levels of play. But yeah, and then in the corner, you can also go for the Super Jump IAD mix-up, But this time, it's not a cross-up. It's just really hard to block high-low. So, I mean, that's up to you to figure out the timing for your assist. But yeah, like, you can figure it out. Like, I don't really like going for it in the corner, just because in the corner, he's really good at baiting guard cancel, too, with his 5S points. You want to use 5S a lot in the corner, and 2S. Right? Yeah, I mean, that's looking like pretty much it. You know, you just put it all together, and you flow really nice. Right? Or like, if you're getting too typical and your opponent starts reflecting, you don't even have to use that. You know, just do it, figure out what jails for you. And the best thing is, if you hit someone, I'm gonna do this mix-up, but make him get hit on purpose. Right? You're gonna build that bar back with this optimal comp. You always build the bar back no matter what. So, that's why Kid Buu is strong. He can loop his offense really well. Right? That's 1 assist spent to get a 50-50 high-low mix-up, and you built 1.5 meters. So, you can do that. So it's very strong. Very strong mix-up. You just have to, you know, figure out the timing for your different assists, and figure out which pairing you want to use Kid Buu with. He's someone that is kind of specific, a very needy character in a way, but yeah, I mean, this character very strong. You just have to, you know, improve your. It's a lot of. This character is only as good as you are as a player, so the better you get, the better this character will get. So it's just really about improving in DBFZ. You'll get better at using Kid Buu. He's one of the best characters at playing DBFZ specifically. So yeah, with that, that is the end of that. So I'll catch you guys later. See ya.